With rents up almost 14% since the beginning of the year, is it possible for rents to keep going up? And what happens if there is a housing market crash in 2021 or 2022? What can we expect to happen to rents? You won't believe what happens when we overlay median rental data with median home prices from the previous bust. Is it possible that as the prices go down, rents go up? You'll have to see to believe. Hey there, Christian Walsh, real estate agent with Wire Associates. We're based in Southern California, helping buyers and sellers and tenants and landlords navigate these crazy days in California and beyond. And we were inspired to take a look at the rental rates numbers from the previous bust by a commenter on our YouTube channel, Mandeep, who asked, can rents go down anytime soon? And as they've gone up almost 14% this year, according to Apartment List's rent report, the typical amount by this time of year is about 4%. What happens to the rental rates when the housing market crashes? Hit that like button and we'll show you. Before we dive into the data, let's discuss where the numbers come from. The annual median rental numbers come from a website called the Department of Numbers. I have a link below so you can check those out. The California Association of Realtors is providing the California and OC median house price numbers. And then believe it or not, it's not easy to find median pricing data at a national level. So these numbers were crunched and put together by a website called don'tquityourdayjob.com. I have links below so you can crunch the numbers yourself and take a look. Starting with the annual median rent, we're gonna have a change of scale and I'll show you that in a minute, but basically the median rents are gonna be calculated on an annual basis, so you get one number for the year. The median home prices, there's a data for each month, so you're gonna get a lot more data points. Still relevant even with the change in scale, you can still compare the numbers to see this amazing trend we're about to show you. So first off, the annual median rent, and you can see that in Orange County, obviously rents have been through the roof. Same thing in California in general as compared to national median rent numbers. The other important point I want to share is that we're only looking from 2005 to 2019. I really wanted to compare previous bust data plus pre-pandemic data because it's important. The pandemic messed with the median rent and median home price numbers, and we'll do future content on that to show. But as you can see, we're focused pre-pandemic and then from 2005 on. So looking at the median home prices from 2005 to 2019, again, we have more data points because these are individual months. You can see that things went up and down. You can see the huge drop that was experienced in California and Orange County that came from the previous bust, and then prices fought their way back up. US median looks like a much shallower line, and I'll show you why. It's actually a problem of scale. It's just as ugly as the California and Orange County numbers. An important thing to also show you is you see it's jagged, and what that is that's the seasonal nature of the median home price in any given area. It tends to be at a valley around the holidays and peak in the summer, and it just keeps doing that throughout the year. COVID changed all that, and that's why I've left that off here. 2020 and 2021 does not follow that trend. We've talked about it before, and we'll talk about it again. And zooming in on the US data, the median home price, you can see that the scale has changed. It's not as smooth as it was. It was simply a matter of scale. So you can see the big drop that came in 2008 and beyond, and then values increased to up through 2019 and are still increasing, as we all know. So what's important to do now? Let's go ahead and we're gonna overlay some data. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring together median rental rates and median home prices. And the reason for this is I wanted to see if there's any trend. Now, rents did drop in the previous bust, but they didn't drop dramatically. We saw a much bigger drop in the median home price than we did in the median rental rate. And that's evident here when you overlap the two different charts. There's another interesting trend as well that shows up. And around 2008, while values were plummeting very quickly for median home price, rental rates continued to go up. And that's an important point. So I saw this at a national level, and I wanted to see if this also played out in the state of California and in Orange County where I live. I thought this was an interesting trend. So going on through, we have the median home price and the median rental rates overlaid for the state of California, and we find the same trend. So as values are dropping, rental rates are going up. And let's see in Orange County, we've got the same trend when you overlay these. Values drop, median rental rate goes up. So as you can see in the near term, now rental rates do drop, and we see it's more evident in the national numbers. We see the rental rates start to go down as the drop in median home price slows down. And same thing in the state of California, we see that rental rates start to drop. And similarly in Orange County, we see that as well. What happens though initially when prices drop dramatically, if we have a reset like we did in 2008, rents aren't going to drop. They are actually going to increase, and somewhat dramatically, as values decrease. And this is an interesting trend to note. So just because we're going to see home prices at some point in time theoretically drop, rental rates don't necessarily follow the same pattern. Now, maybe if it's a slow drop in value, we'll see a slow drop in rental rates. At the end of the day, if people are losing their homes, if they're forced to move out, they need to go somewhere. And that's what we see in the data. As people lose their homes, they need to move somewhere. So there's actually more competition for rentals. So this is an interesting trend we found that happened in the previous bust. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen? Do you see rental rates dropping anytime soon? We'd love to see you use the resources, the links below, to crunch the data in your area to see if it's a similar trend. I'd be shocked if it was any different. As people have to move out of their homes, they were foreclosed on, short sales, they needed a place to go, and a certain number moved in with family and maybe friends. But what ended up happening is we had an increase in rental rates because there was more demand. Now it eventually peaked and started to drop and follow the trend of the drop in median home prices, but it took a little while before that happened. And then you can see that rental rates went up as the median home price went up. So I'd love to see you crunch the numbers and see if you come up with a similar pattern in your area. Use those links below to do that. And then tell me in the comments what you found. Don't forget our email newsletter subscribers get all these charts and a whole lot more. You can click the link below or text newsletter to 949-691-3566. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think is going to happen on the next housing bust. Will we see a big drop in sale prices and rental rates at the same time? And if you've crunched the numbers using our links below for your local area, let us know what you found out. Thanks for tuning in. This is Christian Walsh, real estate agent with Wire Associates, and we appreciate you.